G'day, Duke. Look, I thought we'd just quickly recap on what we've done in only our second lesson in just over 10 days, a week and a half. And this is your second lesson today, and I think it's been quite substantial, so I thought I'd do a quick update. So you can see your stance here and the improvements that you made in your stance. And like I said in the lesson, I don't mind if my students exaggerate things, overdo them a little bit, then we can bring them back. So that stance on the right, it's a lot wider than that before swing where we started. We could maybe argue that it's a little bit wide now, but that's going to allow for you to transfer your weight and be a bit more dynamic with your balance and move it around, and then we'll just tone that down when we need to. We don't necessarily need to search for perfect straight away, just let's break the mold, make it a little bit different to start with. So you can see there the stance and everything just looks more symmetrical. It's a lot better there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to bring up where we started today. So let's get rid of right. So what we see now, and on the way back when you started today, you take it back wide. A little bit of wrist hinge at the top, which is good. You start bringing it down, narrow, maintaining your wrist angle. But as you get to about here, it starts to straighten a little bit early. So you're coming down and it's starting to straighten. So when you get the club in line with your left leg here, you can see the club has gone past horizontal. So it's no longer over this way. So it's starting to extend. So that left wrist hinge is starting to straighten. Now if we go to about here, and I get my angle tool here, and I put a line down your left forearm, and then a line down the golf club, we see we're pretty much getting that too straight, too early before impact. So we've lost a lot of that leverage that we had on the way down by creating that angle. So by the time you get to the golf ball, if we redo this angle, they're straight and the club's all the way up here. So it's gone 8 degrees past straight by the time you get to the golf ball. And that has created some issues with you hitting the ball properly and also supporting the club and helping the ball go straight. And what we saw at the start was the ball going right quite a lot, just because then you were holding the hands open. So what I taught you was what I affectionately call the floppy wristed swing. And it's taking the club back nice and relaxed, but taking it back wide. And as you transfer your weight forwards and change direction and your momentum, the club starts to fall narrow. So it builds lag in the swing. And what we want to do is maintain that for as long as we can all the way down. And then as you start spinning and go to hit down on the ball, that angle straightens but doesn't get to straight till after the golf ball. So let's have a look at this floppy wristed swing. So we're dragging the club back with our left arm and our body rotation now. So dragging it back so it comes back a lot wider. We change direction and it comes down a lot narrower now. So you can see when you get down to here, it's gone from wide to narrow. You've done a great job here, but as you come down and we get down to here, you can see you're starting to create that width in the club a bit too early. So we're maintaining that angle a lot longer. So let's bring it down to the left leg now, about there. And let's bring this one down now, about there. So we've maintained a lot more angle. All right, the one on the left is where you got your wrist straight. So let's take the one on the right through. Look at your hands moving forwards. I reckon you're straight there after impact now, not before impact. So now we get this straight line down through here. Good extension. And I think this is the same club. Look at the ball come off the face a lot faster. Just because you stored that energy a lot longer on the downswing and you've compressed the ball a lot better as well. All right. So you can see the ball leaving the face faster. Same club. Probably less effort on the one on the right because you're trying to relax your swing and do that floppy wristed swing. But all of a sudden the ball took off a lot straighter and a lot lower, not high right. You've just delivered that club in beautifully. And look at your lower half able to turn a little bit more now. Look at your back foot. Your right foot here actually banked in, leaning over this way. Way wrong one. But this foot is still pretty vertical at the same point in the swing. So you've been able to transfer your weight and turn a little bit more just by softening off your wrists and getting that floppy wristed swing going, mate. Look, that's an unbelievable improvement for only 2 lessons. Keep up the great work. We've got a few lessons ahead of us now that we can just keep making improvements, work this into the longer stuff, continue to work on your short game and everything. But as far as your swing concerned, this is starting to develop really, really nicely. Great improvements. Keep up the hard work, mate, and we'll see you next time.